Welcome to Barbara's Bulletin, the podcast where we delve into the most pressing stories from around the world. I'm your host, Barbara, and I'm glad you're joining me today. We're starting off with a developing story that's been unfolding in the Middle East. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has escalated once again, with reports of an overnight Israeli strike on a school-turned-shelter in Gaza City. According to first responders, 10 bodies were recovered from the scene, and the Hamas-run Civil Defense Agency has confirmed that the school was being used as a shelter for displaced families. This latest incident is part of a larger context, with Israel having blocked all deliveries of humanitarian aid and commercial supplies to Gaza since March 2nd. The Israeli military resumed its offensive 2 weeks later, citing the need to pressure Hamas into releasing the remaining hostages from the October 2023 cross-border attack. The situation on the ground is dire, with the UN warning that the 52-day blockade has deprived Gaza's 2.1 million population of the basic necessities for human survival. There are reports of rising malnutrition and severe shortages of medicines at hospitals. In response to the crisis, the foreign ministers of the UK, France, and Germany have called on Israel to end the blockade, stating that it is intolerable and urging the country to allow a rapid and unimpeded flow of humanitarian aid to Gaza. Meanwhile, Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas has made a fiery speech, calling Hamas sons of dogs and demanding that they release the hostages, disarm, and hand over control of Gaza to end the war with Israel. Abbas's comments have been met with criticism from Hamas, which has accused him of using derogatory language towards his own people. It's essential to note that this conflict is complex and multifaceted, with both sides having legitimate concerns and grievances. As we continue to follow this story, we'll strive to provide a balanced and nuanced perspective, giving voice to all parties involved. We'll be right back with more of today's top news on Barbara's Bulletin. Welcome back to Barbara's Bulletin. We're glad you're still with us as we dive into our middle segment. Today we're discussing a fascinating topic that highlights the intersection of science, communication, and community. Recently, a project called Science Homecoming has been making waves by encouraging scientists to reach out to their local newspapers and share their stories. The goal is to reconnect with smaller communities and raise awareness about the importance of science funding. By publishing opinion pieces and editorials in local papers, scientists are aiming to refresh people's memories about the value of science and its impact on daily life. The brainchild behind Science Homecoming is neuroscientist Jessica Cantlon, who recognized that scientists often lose touch with their roots when they move to big cities for their work. By leveraging the strong readership of local newspapers, Cantlon hopes to bridge the information gap between scientists and the public. With over 100 opinion pieces published in just a month, it's clear that this initiative is gaining traction. It's interesting to note that Science Homecoming isn't trying to change people's minds about science, but rather to remind them of its significance. By sharing personal stories and experiences, scientists can put a human face to their research and demonstrate its relevance to local communities. This approach has the potential to foster greater understanding and appreciation for the work that scientists do. As we consider the implications of Science Homecoming, it's essential to acknowledge the challenges faced by scientists in communicating their work to the public. The project's success will depend on its ability to engage with diverse audiences and address concerns about science funding in a way that resonates with local communities. In conclusion, Science Homecoming is an innovative initiative that highlights the importance of science communication and community engagement. By sharing their stories and experiences through local newspapers, scientists can build bridges with the public and promote a better understanding of the value of science. Stay tuned for our final story of the day, right here on Barbara's Bulletin. Good afternoon, and welcome back to Barbarous Bulletin. As we wrap up today's show, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on some of the key stories that have caught our attention. From the world of politics to the latest developments in technology and environmental issues, there's been no shortage of significant news. Let's start with the recent announcement from Japan regarding the completion of the second debris removal trial at the Fukushima No. 1 nuclear plant. This is a crucial step towards decommissioning the plant, which was severely damaged in the 2011 tsunami. The operation to remove radioactive debris is an extremely challenging and delicate process, but it's a vital one for ensuring public safety and mitigating the environmental impact of the disaster. In other news, Canada is gearing up for its federal election on April 28th, and the outcome is being closely watched by observers around the world. The choice between Conservative Party leader Pierre Poilievre and Liberal Party leader Mark Carney will have significant implications not only for Canada's domestic policies but also for its role on the global stage. As one commentator noted, this election presents a stark choice between a globalist elite and a career politician, with the outcome likely to shape not only Canada's future but also its relevance in the world. Meanwhile, former Japanese Foreign Minister Taro Kono has been speaking out about the need for Japan to correct misunderstandings held by U.S. President Donald Trump before proceeding with trade talks. This highlights the complexities of international diplomacy and the importance of clear communication in avoiding missteps. Finally, we've seen reports of strange political books flooding Amazon in Canada, which raises interesting questions about the role of technology in shaping our democratic processes. As we move forward in this digital age, it's essential to consider how social media and online platforms are influencing our access to information and our engagement with politics. As we conclude today's Barbarous Bulletin, I want to encourage all our listeners to stay informed and engaged on these critical issues. Remember that a well-informed citizenry is the backbone of any healthy democracy, and it's up to each of us to seek out diverse perspectives and think critically about the world around us. That's all for today's Barbarous Bulletin. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, stay engaged.